Hey everyone, quick heads up, today's video is long because there is a ton of information coming down the pipe about how Destiny is changing for the final update coming in June. I do want to put it out there that I will eventually have a much smaller, more concise video giving a TLDR on everything that is coming and changing in the June update. Keep your eye peeled for that later, but if you want all the major important details now and my commentary, well, here we go. Timestamps down below, skip ahead to whatever section you might want to hear about. Enjoy. Friday, Bungie article number 1, Dev Insights, Weapons, Artifacts, and Focusing Preview. Before we dig in, we wanted to take a moment to thank you. Seeing your reactions has been really moving to us. Frankly, we wouldn't be here without you, and the way you continue to show up for this world means more than we can fully put into words. Nice. Every memory, every moment you've shared with us over the years has fueled our future. Every ounce of our June update is for you, and we hope you feel it as you continue to read through our insight articles and upcoming twids, let alone when you're playing the update with us on June 9th. Yeah, it's a bit sappy and sentimental, but that's how we're feeling while reading all of your stories over the last week. We hope to keep building worlds to inspire friendship for years to come, and truly couldn't do it without you and your voices. Again, thank you for being here and for sticking with us. All right, let's get to the goods. Dev Insight number 2 starts now. Greetings, Guardians. Little bife there. My name is Bife. Greetings, Guardians. We are here today to share the many balanced changes and updates that the D2 dev team has been working on for the Monument of Triumph update coming June 9th. It is a long article, so here's a list of main topics you'll find. The new weapon tier upgrading system. Weapon tier upgrading. Tier upgrading for crafted weapons. Buffs to many exotics. Anarchy buff. Lament buff. Oh my god. Vex Mytho. Including new catalysts and improvements for previous ones. Oh my gosh. Balance update to most legendary weapons, including an overall buff to primary weapon damage in PvE. Oh, primary weapon damage buff. All right, will they be able to actually compete with special weapons now? Targeted buffs to most special weapons for PvE. Many legendary perk fixes and buffs. A preview of the very customizable Artifact 2.0, including new ways to counter champions, saving your choices in loadouts. Oh, can they please add... Oh, we'll get to it. Updates to vendors, weapon focusing, and gear attunement. Introducing weapon tier upgrading. What the hell? Hi there, Guardians. This is the Sandbox team here to talk about weapon tier upgrading, a new system releasing with Monument of Triumph that will allow players to upgrade their weapons gear tier for a cost to access additional enhanced perks and even the gear tier 5 cosmetics. Whoa. We wanted players to still feel as though lower tier drops can have value, especially if you spike into the exact role you want, with a want for higher tier gear to have an easier time getting that perfect role due to multi-perk. All weapons integrated into the gear tiering system will be eligible to undergo tier upgrading, including those that have already dropped and are resting within your vault. In the weapon inspection screen, there will be a new weapon mod socket where you can apply a mod for a cost that will upgrade your weapon to the next applicable gear tier. That's got to be expensive. While this new upgrading path allows a player to unlock all of the enhanced perk benefits of tier 5 gear, as well as access the unique tier 5 cosmetics, it can't add perks to the columns of your weapon. Okay. Meaning if you haven't quite found your god roll, or you prefer a weapon with additional options in its column, you may still want to chase multi-perk drops. That makes sense. To add a bit more value to gear tier 3, in lieu of it being mainly about unlocking multi-perk today, we've shifted the unlock of enhanced mods to this gear tier for all weapons. Below is an example of the mod players will see at gear tier 1, that upon application by the player for a cost will upgrade their left and right traits to enhanced. Gotcha. The most Athenor for tier 2 upgrade. Glimmer, 1 Ascendant Alloy, and Enhancement Prisms. That's not that bad, actually. Does that cost go up more and more, or is it consistent? The final upgrade from tier 4 to tier 5 will therefore have unlocked all enhanced perks, enhanced mods, enhanced barrels mags, the masterwork stat boost when fully masterworked, and the combat flare ornament combo. Yeah, upgrading from tier 4 to 5 would probably be the most common one that people will go for. Cool, 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 cool. Exotic weapon. Oh, by the way, you see that? Aggressive frame, unstoppable champions. I saw that. I saw that. I'm all stuffy. Exotic weapon catalyst with Monument of Triumph being the final release for D2. We didn't want to leave any exotic behind when it came to catalysts. We also handpicked existing legendary perks that thematically tie into each exotic weapon's story or strength. Good Lord. We want to keep most of these a nice surprise. But here's a sneak preview. Chaperone. Triple tap chaperone? What the fuck are we doing? Parasite. Envious Arsenal. That's interesting. Teraba. Ambitious Assassin. I feel like some of these are just going to be like, oh, we got to give it something. What are we giving it? Just pick something. Just pick something. Triple tap chaperone. Do it. Additionally, we also added perks to all the oldest catalysts that only gave stat boosts. To help bring them up to the same tier. That's good. That's good. Here are 2 examples. Crimson. Crimson getting to the pain? I'm not even a controller player, but like I know there are controller players who still use Crimson in PvP when they played PvP. I feel like controller players are going to have a lot of fun with Crimson with that update. To the pain is a good perk. Merciless. Heal clip. Heal clip on Merciless. Okay, sure. I mean, isn't Merciless used to kind of like back up DPS? You know, it doesn't matter. Doesn't fucking matter. I am washed on controller. I barely play controller these days. Barely. I play controller for like Monster Hunter and Halo. And that's it. When I play Halo. In total, we have added 25 catalysts to weapons that did not have one already. Woo, 25. 9 perks added to existing catalysts that only had weapon stats as a bonus. My, oh my. That's very interesting. That's so funny. Triple tap on chaperone. Dude. I really like that. Yeah. That pairs very nicely with Parasite. That pairs nicely. Having to reload your Parasite, such cringe. Teraba, yeah. Classic. Dude, I can see, look at this. I can definitely see, look at this. They think I wouldn't see this. They thought I wouldn't fucking see this, but I do. Look at this shit. If you look at this picture, okay, I clicked the magnifying glass and it gets fucking smaller. Look here. That definitely says barrier. Is every exotic in the game? Look at the triangle. You see the barrier champion triangle. You see that? You see it, right? Does every exotic in the game now intrinsically have the ability to fight champions? Dude, just keep reading. Oh shit. maybe they will confirm it. But I saw it before I read it. I want the record to show that I saw it before I read it. I want the record to show. Write that in the logbook. All right. Enhanced wait, did I miss a sentence here? We hope these breathe some new life into the yeah. All right. Enhancing weapon crafting. With Monument of Triumph's update, adding new armor set bonuses to earn in our raid and destination content, we wanted those weapons to feel relevant again, but not necessarily. Ask players to regrind them under gear tiering. Okay. We know players have already put forth a lot of effort to unlock patterns throughout the game. Yeah. So we wanted to treat them with some updates while giving players additional reason to finish up their patterns if they hadn't. As we investigated options, we concluded that we could update all crafted weapons to the power of gear tiering. What? But through a slightly different method involving the crafting table. Upon logging in, any legendary crafted weapon that already exists will immediately be eligible for a version of gear tier upgrading, and any newly crafted legendary weapon can be taken on the same upgrading journey. Huh. In the inspection screen of a crafted weapon, navigating to the weapon level boost icon, there will be a new mod that allow you to also improve the tier of the weapon reaching specific weapon levels. Huh. Tier 2 upgrade upgrades this shaped weapon to gear tier 2. That's very clever. On a crafted weapon, gear tier will act a bit differently than other weapons as it won't immediately provide the gear tier benefits. At gear tier 3, players will unlock enhanced weapon mods, and at gear tier 5, it will unlock cosmetics like any other weapon in the gear tier system. However, for all other tiers, it will correspond with the unlocking of enhanced components at the crafting table. When you reach weapon level 11, you can upgrade to gear tier 2. Okay, I'm connecting the wires in my head. And just like with a fresh tiered weapon drop, you'll gain access to enhanced left and right column traits. At weapon level 25, you can upgrade to gear tier 4 and add enhanced components like barrels or mags. At weapon level 30, you can upgrade to gear tier 5 and can add enhanced origin traits. Origins will behave a bit differently than most perks in the crafting table as well. The menu will showcase all available origin traits, and the selection of any enhanced perk to insert will reflect in the entire column being enhanced upon selecting reshape. Echo, too many words! Here's the TLDR seems to be like, they don't want crafted weapons to fall behind on the depth chart, because many of us have worked really hard to grind and unlock those crafted weapon patterns. So now they're being, because if they didn't do this, then the situation would be like, you're using a crafted weapon. It's not tier 5. You suck. Your crafted weapon is bad. But now it's like, okay, crafted weapons, if you level them up, they can now be converted into like the tier 1 to tier 5 system. You can turn a crafted weapon into a tier 5 weapon is the TLDR, which I think is a very clever idea. Because the sandbox has evolved and changed since some of these destination and raid weapons entered crafting, we've also updated them to have some additional new trait options. DMG in the chat, craft weapon, use crafted weapon to level up, or just pump shit into it. Upgrade tier, unlock enhanced perks, go to crafting table to slot, profit. Where was I? Let's reread that. Because the sandbox has evolved and changed since some of these destination and raid weapons entered crafting, we've also updated them to have some additional new trait options. 2 new traits per column. Clever Eyes will note that Supercharged Magazine and Jolting Feedback have been added to Oversoul Edict above. I did not notice that. Other non-raid destination crafted weapons won't have new perks, but they are receiving enhanced origin traits for the first time. And we did revisit a few of those underperforming origins, including Head Rush, which now activates on a slide. Whoa! And provides a small boost in damage against Hive. We also haven't forgotten about Raid Adept weapons, and they will gain all the same benefits. We got all these updates. You know what? God damn. Okay, can we just get one more raid? Just one more raid. One more raid. Contest raid. We don't have to just... God damn it. We're getting so many updates. Just one raid, man. Just one more. All right, come on, let's keep going. These weapons will still gain additional traits based on the number of patterns collected from their non-adept counterparts and are eligible to swap out their components like barrels, mags at the crafting relic. They'll also continue to upgrade their traits via the original enhancement feature. With Monument of Triumph, however, these raid adepts will gain access to the tier upgrade mod, like crafted weapons, and can visit the relic to upgrade the enhanced components and enhanced origins. These weapons will also retain a bit of an extra stat boost on top of their non-adept counterparts. This is a lot of information. And their unique adept shader to add a bit of prestige for those who have gone through the challenge of acquiring them. TLDR, adept raid weapons are getting the same treatment. They're not getting left behind. Does that summarize the good TLDR. Just like, I feel like there's a lot of words here, and if your brain is breaking, I don't blame you. We're just going to try and get through it together. Weapon sandbox updates, ammo system changes. The ammo system has received buffs to underperforming weapons, nerfs to outliers, and several bug fixes and quality of life improvements. General, we have modified the ammo system so that if an enemy is floating above a pit, they will not drop an ammo brick when defeated. Oh. Even if it fills the meter. You will continue to. That's really funny. That's really fucking hilarious. Look at how far you scrolled. Oh, Jesus Christ. This is a big article. That's really funny. So in those situations where you're about to get like a special or a heavy brick and you kill like a wizard floating above a pit and you just watch the purple brick, no, fall into a pit. That's really funny. Okay, so that won't happen anymore. Great. Special ammo weapons. We took a baseline swing at making double special slightly less viable for ad clear. Outside of that role, this change is generally offset by the damage buffs previously given to non-rocket pulse special ammo weapons. So, while it may require one more kill to earn a brick, it may also require less shots overall to kill. Okay. Reduced the amount of meter progress special ammo weapons gain from defeats against minor enemies by 17% at 100 ammo gen stat. Okay, taking some steps against double special, which normally I'd be annoyed by, but apparently we're getting some kind of primary weapon buff, so I'll continue to read. Linear fusion rifles, both special ammo and heavy ammo precision linear fusion rifles felt like they were not getting enough ammo per brick, so we have increased the amount for each. Heavy ammo precision LFRs, base increased from 3 to 5. Okay. Enhanced increased from 4 to 6. Special ammo precision LFRs, base increased from 3 to 5. Enhanced increased from 6 to 10. Okay, sure. Great. Buried Bloodline. Oh, I used to love that gun a lot. It kind of got outshone, but corrected an issue where Buried Bloodline was not correctly getting additional ammo from enhanced ammo bricks. Well, la-di-da. Choir of One. Simply too free in terms of ammo. That's the point. Both in isolation and in double special builds. It's one of the only special weapons that didn't follow the standard rules for ammo brick values. These changes made the weapon follow those rules. Base reduced from 45 to 35. Enhanced reduced from 90 to 70. All right. Rocket pulse rifles. Oh, Lord. Okay. What are we predicting is going to happen here? They've been sent to the gulag. A bug was causing rocket pulses to have double the ammo when used with another special ammo weapon. What? For example, running 2 rocket pulses at the same time was entirely viable because they both got full ammo brick amounts instead of half. That's fucking hilarious, dude. This has the effect of reducing the challenge of endgame content and invalidating other special weapons. I mean, yeah. Fixed an issue that was sometimes causing rocket pulses to only earn 2 shots per base brick. Fixed an issue where Psi Eterna, aka Blue Mint Retrograde, was not correctly having its ammo per brick increased by scavenger mods. Okay. Fixed an issue where legendary rocket pulses were not correctly having their ammo per brick split when used with a second special weapon. Okay, I thought that was going to be much worse. Only in the Crucible, some Crucible-specific changes were needed to reduce special ammo uptime that was fueled by non-primary weapon use. Reduced the point gains from special ammo and heavy ammo kills and assists and supers by 33%. Okay. Reduced glaive melee gains by 20%. I never use a glaive. See, I want to go to heaven, so I don't use glaive in PvP. But if you do, then that pertains to you. Okay. Adaptive burst LFRs get too much ammo from heavy crates for how potent they are compared to other options. Reduced adaptive burst LFR ammo crates from 5 to 3. Okay. Again, it's Crucible only. Rapid fire machine guns felt like they weren't getting enough ammo from crates. We increased the value. increased rapid fire LMG ammo from crates from a maximum of 45 to a max of 62 based on mag size. Other LMGs remain capped at 22. Okay. Bitter Ends ammo from crates has been reduced to fit within this scale. Exotic weapon tuning. Oh, glory, glory, hallelujah. With Monument of Triumph, we also have a wide assortment of exotic weapon adjustments for you to enjoy. Have a look at what changed here, at what we changed here. Oh boy, the Jade Rabbit. This is like, we literally are reading War and Peace right now. The Jade Rabbit has long been a choice pick in PvP, a choice pick, which is a very polite way of saying the ideal pick for scumbag outside the map floating ass solar warlocks. And that's coming from a solar warlock, by the way. And specific maps, but has seen very little play elsewhere. We've made some rather significant adjustments to help its gameplay feel a bit less clunky and give it some more life in PvE. PvE, interesting. Increased the mag size from 10 to 15. Removed Zen Moment. Added Shoot to Loot and Firefly. What the fuck? Yo. Shoot to Loot Firefly on Jade Rabbit? Wow. Fate of All Fools. Okay, that's an interesting change. Increase the maximum stacks cap to 15. Jade PvE bit. In addition to chaining precision hits can now add a stack. Okay, gaining a stack now refills the mag and increases stability. Stacks will no longer be completely removed when you reload. Dealing direct body shot damage will remove one stack. Scales the damage of Firefly when it is active. Scales the damage of Firefly? And dealing splash damage will not remove a stack of the perk. Catalyst. In addition to adding stability, special reloading will consume all stacks of Fate of All Fools and grants a singular micro missile round. What? Which deals bonus damage based on the number of stacks consumed. Wow. Wow. That's really wild. I feel like a small percentage of people will be like, they're annoyed that it's losing Zen Moment, which I could guess that I get that frustration, but like, you're still going to be getting stability through Fate of All Fools, and this is a really wild change. I never thought I would see a world where people might use Jade Rabbit in PvE. I could kind of see it. Unstoppable. Vex Mytho. As the sandbox evolved, Vex Mytho felt like it lagged behind other raid weapons in terms of strength in PvE content. We wanted to give the linear fusion shots something extra to help them feel worth the kill requirements to charge them, and we updated the intrinsic and catalyst to help make acquiring those kills a little easier. Timeless Mythoclast Intrinsic now has what is comparably a more potent version of Rewind Wounds while in full auto mode. Really? Temporal Unlimiter trait. Precision kills with linear fusion rifle shots now trigger an ignition. Okay. After leaving linear fusion rifle mode, the mag is now fully reloaded. The HUD buff and mag display have been tweaked to show the exact amount of linear fusion shots remaining. This is a purely visual change. Okay, gotcha. Calculated balance catalyst. Sustained damage can now also activate the catalyst. In addition to kills, added a HUD buff. Now, that seems interesting. These are interesting changes. Touch of Malice. Despite multiple previous changes, Touch of Malice has not lived up to D1 glory days. Yeah, it really hasn't. We've made a few changes baseline and to its catalyst that will help it build into a potent exotic primary weapon through skilled play and build crafting. Increased final round bonus damage by 10%. Set it up so the special reload can be made faster by buffing reload speed. Replaced rapid hit in the catalyst with precision instrument. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, that's very interesting. Replacing rapid hit with precision instrument. Okay, so it's going to hit way harder. Gain increased stability and reload speed with each stack of charged with blight. That could be fun. That could be really fun. I'll have to think more about that later. What does rapid hit do? Doesn't rapid hit improve your stability and something else the more you land rapid precision hits? Or like, is rapid hit increased reload speed on precision hits? Let me double check. I know it doesn't increase your damage in any way, shape at all. Oh my God, is D2 Foundry offline? Oh God. Increased reload on headshots, thank you. Yeah, and that doesn't really make sense with Touch of Malice at all. PI is much, much nicer because you get that ramping damage buff the more that you land those precision hits. That really ties into the power fantasy of Touch of Malice. That's fucking awesome. It's been offline. D2 Foundry has been offline for days. I'm so sad. Okay, I'll have to... What do I get? Do I go to light.gg to triple check weapon perks? That's really sad. Yeah, PI sounds like a much better player for Touch of Malice. That's awesome. Last word. Much like many of our text weapons, the last word sits on a razor's edge between being extremely potent on a single input type controller or feeling tough to get the value out of. This update will make it feel more viable on mouse and keyboard. Oh, somebody, yo, where's Cammy? Somebody get Cammy cakes in the chat. Oh my God, yo. Hold on, I'm DMing Cammy right now. Hold on, yo. Yo, you see last word changes? Hold on, okay, we gotta get the Cammy input here. Where was I? Increased stability on M&K by 10%. Increased aim assist by 10% on M&K. Oh, that's awesome. Dude, okay. I don't think it's going to be quite as good still as it will be on controller. But, you know, it's interesting. It's certainly interesting. M&K does not get reticle friction. So last word controller is still going to get that reticle friction, which is really going to help it out if you play controller. But the bullet magnetism being improved by 10% on M&K is certainly not nothing. It's certainly not nothing. Mida Multitool. In PvE content, we wanted Mida Multitool to further lean into building up modifications over the course of an activity. While we're happy with how this landed, we wanted to lower how many kills are required to reach that final modification. We also adjusted the catalyst by a small amount to give it more utility in more situations. Lowered the PvE combatant kill requirement from 10 per modification, 15 with macro tool, to 7 kills per modification, 10 with macro tool. This lowers the total kill requirement from 40, 60, to 27, 40, to acquire all modifications. Okay. The catalyst improvement, improved radar resolution will remain active for a few seconds when you stow Mida Multitool instead of immediately deactivating. Well, that's nice. Multi-tool still needs to be in your hands for the catalyst to activate. Okay. Heirloom. Heirloom can be a potent option if you opted into its particular flavor of playstyle on its initial release, but it both did not feel worth the effort and did not live up to players' expectations of being a dungeon exotic weapon. We've made a number of adjustments here to help it flow a bit better as we hit even harder versus high priority targets. Increased charge rate by 20%. Okay. Increased impact damage of charged shots by 20% in PvE only. Really? Reduced extra heat generated by charged shots by 7%. Okay. Increased damage versus mini-boss and champion targets by 20%. Increased damage versus boss targets by 10%. Added incandescent perk to Catalyst. Okay. I mean, interesting. I did enjoy the Heirloom a lot when it came out. It was solid. It hit like a truck. It was a fun make the room go boom option, which I appreciate. So yeah, sure. I'll see how that goes. We'll see. We'll see. Make it hit harder. You never got it. It was fun. It was fun. Still time to get it now. Teraba. It felt odd for Teraba to not reward you at all for defeats. So we have remedied that while also building more tie-ins into the Solar Kit to let you get the Ravenous Beast mode more often. Ooh. Dealing damage to scorched combatants grants increased Ravenous Beast progression by 33%. can generate full meter if all the mag hits a scorched enemy. Ooh. Kills grant greatly increased progress, 10% per kill. Nice. I do remember a time when the Teraba was unstoppably disgusting. Now it's just pretty fun. Okay, here we go, chat. Here we go. You can't remember what the heirloom is? It's the Chewie crossbow from Star Wars. The Mytho changes insane. Yeah, the Vex Mytho changes are spicy hot, dude. Super spicy hot. I'm really looking forward to reading about these Anarchy changes, though. Anarchy is like a top 10 favorite exotic of mine. Maybe like top 5, just because it's really cool. Anarchy. Once Finality's Augur was released, Finality's Augur really, really, really came in hot especially after it got little tweaks here and there. I still use Finality's Augur. Anarchy felt like it no longer had a place as a point defense trap system. So we are amping up its traps capabilities to be more competitive versus Finality's Augur. Increased armed trap lifetime by 50% from 10 to 15 seconds. Increased trap damage versus combatants by 30%. Doubled trap detonation damage versus combatants to better match the per tick damage of a trap. Replaced moving target with impromptu ammunition. Anarchy had moving target? What a complete waste of a perk that was. That doesn't make any sense at all. Dude. Okay. I'm feeling those changes. Those are straightforward. We're just making the gun better. It's going to hit harder. It's going to be better. I like it. I might be using Anarchy day 1 Pantheon. I'm not playing around. This is crazy. Oh, Divinity. Oh my God. All right. What's happening here? Somebody get Saltagrepo on the line. We need to get his comments depending on if this is a good or bad change. Divinity. After all this time, we felt it was fair to bring Divinity back up at least a little bit so that the dedicated Divinity user in your group, okay, here we go. It didn't feel like they were wielding a sluggish gun and missing out on damage. They're buffing your local friendly div bitch. Increased damage of penance by 20%. Reduced time to activate penance from 4 seconds to 3. Reduced shots to activate the cage from 14 to 10. Wow, okay. I mean, sure, Divinity is a solid fucking weapon, about to get even better. The div bitch div buff. I love it, dude. Somebody reach out to Saltagrepo. He's probably like, he's probably annoyed. It's a strong gun. Winterbite is an extremely solid workhorse glaive, but it feels overly punishing to shoot the projectile while in close quarters combat. Reduced self-damage of the projectile by 66%. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Edge of action, concurrence, and intent. Aren't those the class-specific glaives? The class glaives should feel like the apex power for an exotic version of a legendary glaive. So we are upping their charge rates of the special shots when you are fully engaged in the glaive loop. Rev up those doom sticks. Glaive projectiles now grant doubled progression towards special shot. Wow. That's not nothing. I know the people who, I know very few people, but I know some people who they still really enjoy using those. Hierarchy of needs. We've updated Hierarchy of Needs to make its seekers more interactive and build friendly, helping them better follow your precision shots through the guidance ring. Apply Scorch for build crafting synergy and feel more reliable at mid-range thanks to improved hip-fire accuracy. I'm going to keep my hype on this one in moderation. I remember last time I got really happy because I think Hierarchy of Needs is a fun, unique, cool exotic. And I was like, I want to use it. And then Lunar made fun of me because it's not as good as other exotics, but I like it. Where was I? Seekers now apply a plus 15, plus 5 with Ember of Ashes Scorch to hit targets. Okay. Added hidden tracking for Seekers that guides them to targets recently hit by precision damage. Hidden tracking. I didn't make fun of you, mostly. Added increased hipfire accuracy to the list of benefits provided by the catalyst. All right. I like Hierarchy. I think it's fun. Sunshot and Graviton Lance. Okay. Get Destiny the meme on the phone here. Both Sunshot and Graviton have been very easy to use while also having a high impact on gameplay for a long time now, and they tend to crowd out many similar options in the sandbox. We've made a few changes to both to make them a bit less able to wipe entire encounters with one kill while retaining their power on clumped groups. Rebalanced the damage of the explosion to deal more damage up close and less damage further away. Oh, okay. More damage up close, less damage further away. So kind of a burf type situation. Somebody go check on DTM. Is she okay? Outbreak perfected. There's a ton of love. We're only like a third of the way through this fucking article. There's a ton of love for Outbreak, especially with it being a primary weapon that can hang with our special and heavies in the end game. In Monuments of Triumph, though, we are buffing our primaries across the board. Oh, yeah. That makes sense. If they buffed primary weapons and they didn't touch Outbreak, that would be a problem really fast. Really, really fast. Okay, there was a need to reduce the delta between other strong primaries and Outbreak. Okay, I get it. Reduce damage bonus at maximum nanite stacks from 4.5 to 4 times. I completely understand. Sure, totally makes sense. RB. We have the meat with anti-champ rolling out across all weapons in the game. Arbalist was struggling more than ever. So we are spot tuning the damage up a fair bit. Increased damage versus champions by 33%. Wow, that's not nothing. Okay, sure. Wardcliff Coil, aka Dul Inkaru's favorite weapon. Wardcliff Coil will be getting a couple of bug fixes and a sorely needed max ammo increase. Okay, all right. Fixed a bug where firing Wardcliff Coil would not grant bolt charge if the firing player was too far off the ground. Mechanized autoloader now works while the weapon is stowed. Increased maximum ammo from 5 to 8. Sure, I'll take that. Lament, which is such a badass exotic. God, I love Lament. It's so cool. The game has changed a lot since Lament received its last nerf. Yeah. To account for that, we are reverting most of that last change to help it keep pace as a potent single target option. Yeah. Reverted the previous nerf to its damage by 70%. Returned most of the final hit combo damage and self-healing of the previous. Oh, let's fucking go. Big change. Lament is back on the fucking menu. You can't keep a good exotic chainsaw sword down. Hey, girl. Truth. Truth has long struggled to have any kind of strong identity. It really has. It was fun in D1. That's kind of it. We have all fond memories of wild tracking shots with it from D1. But the weapon struggles to keep up in today's sandbox. We've made some changes that let it lean into its 3 in the mag and gives it a splashy secondary effect if you land all of your rockets. Now returns 1 ammo to reserves and buffs the next mag when all rounds in a mag hit a target. Okay. That's kind of interesting. All right. When triggered, the next mag gains dramatically increased rate of fire. Stability, tracking strength, and cluster bombs. Okay. That's interesting. I wonder if that would be viable in rocket DPS on bosses that have like really long damage phases, you know? That's interesting. I'll have to think about that. Whoops. I hope I didn't just F up my microphone. Am I good? Are we still good with the microphone? Good? Good. That's very interesting. I'll have to check on that. But because it's an exotic, it is not going to get the benefit of Gallarhorn giving it them Wolfpack rounds. So I don't know if... Again, we'll look into that. T-Lord. We're making a small adjustment to Thunderlord to put it more in line with other similar boss DPS options. Reduced ammo refunding by the lightning strike from 7 to 5. Oh, the LFG crowd is in shambles. Just kidding. That's probably a small chain. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows? Okay, Whirling Ovation. Whirling needs a little help to stay competitive with weapons that aren't rocket pulses. This update should help it feel snappy with an optimized damage rotation with a variety of weapon types. Increased the amount of anticipation gained per point of damage by just over 11%. Okay. All right. I'm going to let that one marinate a little bit. Prometheus Lens got its Scorch effect in a very different Destiny 2 sandbox. Yes, indeed. So we are giving it a bit of love to be able to keep up against other similar weapons. Increased Scorch stacks applied per trigger up to 20, plus 10 with Ember of Ashes from 10. Okay, sure. I probably still won't use it that much unless it's really insane on, solar builds, but we'll see. Centrifuge. Centrifuge's sprint reload effect felt just a touch too slow to use as the main way you reload your weapon. So we are making that a bit easier to rely on and subsequently keep its perk at full potency. Increased the amount of magazine refilled per trigger to 10% from 4%. Okay. All right. Not bad. That's not bad. I really don't use Centrifuge that often. It's not exactly what I would call like a sexy exotic, but whatever. Slayer's Fang. Slayer's Fang was a potent option when it first released, but has since fallen behind some more versatile options. We're giving it a few changes that allow you to be a bit more liberal with its usage, as well as bringing back a bit of an effect it used to have prior to release. Increased mag size by 2. Increased reserve ammo by 10. Now slowly reloads itself when its buff is active. Oh, all right. Well, that's okay. Sure. That's fine, I guess. Like we'll see. It's not really doing much to me, but okay. It's a cool exotic. Xenophage. Oh, here we go. Once a terror of Gambit and PvE alike. Yes, indeed. Xenophage definitely has a hard time in today's sandbox. We're giving it a bit more total ammo to help it keep up with similar options and be a bit less strict on its economy. All right. Increased reserve ammo by 10. It's not exactly fucking Christmas for Xenophage, but I still really like that gun. It is very fun. Sure, anything you can give it, I'll give you a little thumbs up there. Legendary sandbox tuning. Primary ammo weapons have struggled to keep up against combatants, especially in harder activities. So we've implemented broad changes to help them feel better to use. Legendary primary ammo weapons increased damage versus minor combatants by 30%. Okay, that's a significant number. Minors only, though. Exotic primary weapons increased bonus damage versus minor combatants by 30 to 40%. Okay. Non-blaster primary weapons. Increased damage versus major combatants by 15%. Okay. Blaster primary weapons increased bonus damage versus major combatants from 15 to 20%. Lunar, are you still in the chat? Lunar, guess what? It's his time to shine. It's his time to shine. Let's go, baby. Compact Defender on top. It's an indirect Compact Defender buff. We love to see it. Some special ammo weapons have dominated the sandbox while others have felt left behind. We are making a targeted buff to all the left behind special ammo weapons to balance them out and make more archetypes viable to use in PvE. Some special ammo weapons have dominated the sandbox while others have felt left behind. We are making a targeted buff to all the left behind special ammo weapons to balance them out and make more archetypes viable to use in PvE. Special ammo weapons. Increased damage versus major combatants by 20%. Whoa. Excludes sniper rifles, rocket pulses, rocket sidearm swords, and choir of one. Well, what the fuck is left? Top of the above changes, these specific primary ammo archetypes got some additional balance tuning. Auto rifles. High impact. Moved RPM from 360 to 400. Whoa. Reduced ADS damage fall off scaler from 1.7 to 1.6. Okay. Reduced base damage from 24 to 22. Oh, Jesus Christ. All right. Now we're going to have to talk to mechs. I thought we were just getting a straight buff here with the RPM improvement. Now we got to talk to mechs. Now we're getting into the fucking spreadsheet territory here. This includes Vex Mytho and Suros Regime with dual speed receiver, but excludes Serbi +1 and Sweet Biz in non-spun up state. Adaptive. Increased base damage from 15 to 15.5. Increased crit hit damage from 26.25 to 27.1. Jesus fucking Christ. Just get Mex on the phone. We'll talk to him later. I have no idea what this means for for auto rifles. We'll move on. Yes, honey.
Sorry to interrupt. Did you cook any like a ramen in the small pot, or is that just...
No, it's just coffee. Just coffee.
Water?
Yeah. Just water in the small pot. Yep. Pulse rifles. Lightweight. Reduced base damage from 19.7 to 18.8. Reduced critical hit damage from 31.5 to 30.1. Okay, straight nerf for lightweight. Legacy frame. Since these weapons inherit the damage change from lightweight pulse rifles, we are reverting the nerf to their ADS damage fall-off scaler. Increased ADS damage fall-off scaler from 1.6 back to 1.7. Okay. High impact. Reverted previous nerf to ADS damage fall-off scaler, increasing it from 1.6 back to 1.7. Okay. Scout rifles. Rapid fire. Reduced base damage from 28 to 27.3. Reduced critical hit damage from 54.6 to 53.25. Okay. Hand cannons. Aggressive. Reduced base damage from 49 to 48.7. That's barely a change. Reduced critical hit damage from 90.65 to 90.1. Bows. Increased damage versus minor combatants by an additional 20%. Increased damage versus major combatants by an additional 40%. Somebody tell Sammy Cat that is like fucking Christmas for her. Also, on top of the above changes, many special ammo weapon archetypes also got some buffs, along with some nerfs to one particular archetype that won't be too surprising to see. Rocket sidearms. Increased projectile explosion radius by 33%. Huh. I will take that. Fusion rifles. Rapid fire. Increased PvE damage scaler by 7%. Adaptive increased PvE damage scaler by 10%. Precision increased PvE damage scaler by 20%. Wow, this is a real... Fusion rifles are getting some love here. High impact PvE damage scaler increased by 15%. Shotguns. Aggressive increased PvE damage scaler by 15%. Improved the base stats of Fellwinter's Lie. Huh. Okay. Is that in PvP as well? What base stats are we improving? That is interesting. Lightweight increased PvE damage scaler by 15%. Precision increased PvE damage scaler by 20%. Or are we talking about Fellwinter's Lie? Because I'm curious. Because it's a good gun after all these years. Is it going to finally end its reign as being the #1 PvP shotgun rifle with spread pellet shot? Maybe, I don't know, maybe. Slug. They're buffing a lot of stuff. Rapid fire, 10%. Pinpoint, 5%. Heavy bursts, 10%. Snipers, 15% for aggressive. Adaptive, 10%. Glaives, rapid fire, 10%. Trace rifles, increased damage versus minor combatants by an additional 20%. Increased damage versus major combatants by an additional 20%. All right, maybe I will use Prometheus Lens. Exotic trace rifles, increased bonus damage versus minor combatants by 30 to 40%. Rocket pulses, reduced ammo generation stat of legendary micro missile pulses by 15. Decreased PvE percent damage by 10%. Boo. Decreased damage versus bosses by 25%. Boo. This is on top. Oh, wait, decreased. Yeah. Reduced projectile explosion radius by 25%. Boo. Mint retrograde literally getting like beaten on the ground right now. Reduced super generation by 25% for roamers and 33% for standard supers. You know, honestly, I get it. Mint retrograde, his reign of terror had to be stopped and crotch kicked repeatedly. He's on the ground bleeding. He can't get up. Strangely, no one is coming over to help him. Finally, heavy ammo weapons got some attention to make them more effective against bosses and champions, along with some targeted ammo tuning. Heavy grenade launchers increased damage versus bosses and champs by 5%. Okay. Rocket launchers increased damage 5%. I'm feeling like rockets are, you know, they were already pretty good. I'm thinking maybe rockets, day one Pantheon. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Crossbows increased damage versus bosses and champs by 10%. Now that's interesting. Now that is interesting. Isn't there one crossbow god roll right now that is still kind of like really cooking really hard? Okay, put a pin in that. That might be important. We'll come back to that later. Linear fusion rifles increase the damage of all legendary LFRs versus bosses and champs by 10%. Okay. Precision increased PvE damage scaler by 10%. Increased ammo reserves by around 30%. Oh, excluding Sleeper. I was like, dude, does that include Sleeper? That's a crazy buff. But the PvE damage scaler 10% is good for Sleeper. I still really like Sleeper. I think it's still really fun. I think it's like a tried and true DPS option. I enjoy it a lot. Machine guns increased bitter ends reserve ammo. Okay. Swords decreased cost of vortex frame heavy attack from 6 to 4. All right. Legendary perk changes. In addition to the legendary weapon archetype tuning, we've also made some changes to legendary weapon perks. A few older damage perks felt like they were lagging behind. Okay. All right. Jimmy, I was just thinking that. The heavy crossbows 10% increased boss damage. Yeah, that, again, put a pin in that. That could be important. Okay, here we go. Older perks were lagging behind. Right. Okay, so they're bringing them up. All right, Focused Fury. Damage bonus increased from 20 to 25%. That's significant. Hits required to activate decreased from 50% of the mag to 35% of the mag. Okay. Still not quite as high a ceiling damage-wise as other damage perks, but still not bad. Full Court. Oh my god, a perk I've had a long-standing beef with. Maximum explosion damage bonus increased from 25 to 35% on Full Court. Okay. That's something. Lasting Impression. Explosive damage bonus increased from 25 to 35%. All right. There's more weapon perks now joining the 35% club. Reservoir Burst. Damage bonus increased from 25%, 27.5 enhanced, to 30%, 33% enhanced. Okay. Gut Shot Straight. Reduced the aim assist penalty by 20% on the base perk and 25% on the enhanced perk. Fixed an issue where this perk did not work on bitter end. Interesting. I was not expecting a Gut Shot Straight buff. I was really not expecting that. Adagio reduced the damage bonus on hand cannons from 30% to 27%. Increased the bonus damage on shotguns and bows from 20%. 30% Adagio bows and shotguns? That might result... Does that work for PvP as well? This could result in... I would need to do some number checking, but would that result in any shenanigans, including possibly one-shot body hit kills for shotgun slugs, bows, one-shot something PvP with certain... I'm going to be thinking about that. I'll be thinking about that. The following perks received some quality of life tuning to make them easier to activate on their own or with other build crafting elements. Collective Action, Collective Pugilism, Cooling Baubles, Elemental Charge, and Facet of Honor. now all share the same tangle activator. Destroy a tangle either by shooting it or upon impact after throwing it. Okay. Previously, this activator differed depending on the perk and would either activate when shooting a tangle, picking up a tangle, throwing a tangle, or a combination of these, despite sharing the same terminology in their strings. In addition to this activator, collective action and collective pugilism also grant additional time to their durations upon throwing a tangle. This unique behavior is called out in their descriptions. Artifact elemental orbs are now officially considered elemental pickups for the sake of these perks and grant the same benefits now as tangles. As such, we have fixed an issue where the artifact arc orbs would give dark transcendence energy with facet of honor. They now give light transcendence energy. Whew. Collective action. Fire sprites, void breaches, 8 seconds. Ionic traces, stasis shards, 4 seconds. Tangle duration, 4 seconds. Tangle throw, 4 seconds. Instead of a flat 7 seconds, elemental pickup now provides differing amounts of time to the perk duration depending on how easy they are to create. These values match collective pugilism. To compensate for the lower duration gained from some elemental pickups, the damage bonus against PvE combatants has increased from 20 to 30%. The damage bonus against players remains at 10%. The enhanced benefit no longer provides more time per pickup, but instead increases the damage bonus to 33% against PvE combatants and 11% against players. Whew, increased max time from 12 to 16 seconds. Oh my god. All-Star. Damage timer is paused on weapon stow and resumed on weapon equip. Ooh. Desperado. In addition to its current activator of reloading after a precision kill, Desperado can now also activate when reloading after 3 rapid kills. Oh, God. Frenzy fixed an issue where the enhanced version of Frenzy was not getting an extended duration. Oh, that's bullshit. When refreshed compared to standard Frenzy. Also fixed an issue where Frenzy being inactive could prevent the Crucible Origin perk from activating. If that's all they're doing to Frenzy, great. Frenzy's a good perk. Leave it alone. Jolting feedback. Reduced shots to activate the perk by around 1 to 2 for scout rifles and hand cannons. Okay. Encore. Encore's HUD buff now displays a timer. Thank you. Envious Assassin fixed an issue where the perk was not working on some single-shot weapons. Cascade Point. Since we removed the ready HUD buff when the weapon is stowed, we have simplified the activation criteria for dealing precision damage with other weapons. Auto rifles, pulse rifles, SMGs, trace rifles, sidearms, LMGs, 6 critical hits, hand cannons, scout rifles, 4 critical hits, bows, LFRs, glade projectiles, shotgun, sniper rifles, 2 critical hits. Attrition orbs, now activates in 4 hits on waveframe grenade launchers down from 10. Okay, sure. Now activates in 3 hits on rocket launchers down from 6. All right, strange little attrition orb buff. Only for certain weapons, but okay. Contending Cascade. The number of rapid final blows needed for max benefits has been reduced from 15, 12 if enhanced, to 12, 10 if enhanced. Stat benefits are now maxed out when the elemental explosions are granted instead of scaling up with 20 rapid final blows. Full choke. Pellet spread is now reduced by 5% instead of 3.25%. Okay, hold on. I'm rereading this. Pellet spread is now reduced by 5% instead of 3.25%. So we're getting a full choke buff? This is a tighter spread. Now, are we talking... Okay, god damn it. You're really doing this to me with the full choke change and the final... That and the fucking buffed stats on Fellwinter. If Fellwinter ends up being the best shotgun in PvP at the end of Destiny 2's lifespan, I'm going to... I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to laugh and pull my hair out. I don't fucking know. God damn it. All right, we're going to keep reading. Shot package intrinsic. Now reduced pellet spread by 2.5% when ADS. God damn it. Okay. They're really pushing my fucking buttons here with those shotgun changes. Finally, some origin trait weaknesses. God damn it, I'm gonna fucking make another shotgun video. Finally, some origin trait weaknesses were addressed to make them feel more impactful. Advanced reflexes, Dreaming City origin trait. New effect, plus 5% damage bonus while active. Increased bonus handling from plus 30 to plus 40. Okay. Increased bonus charge rate, swords from 20 to 35. All right. 5% damage bonus while active on Dreaming City. Okay, all right. I like anything that gives me a damage buff. That could be something. You're here from Cross. He requests one more video. God damn it. Son of a bitch. Yep, tell him, fuck. Sure. Why not? Phrase it exactly that way. Gun and Run, Gambit origin trait. Reworked effect. I'll do it. Tell Cross I'll fucking do it. God damn it. Tell him I'll fucking do it. Defeating targets build stacks of Gun and Run for a short duration. Sprinting for a short time consumes a stack to partially reload this weapon's mag from reserves on bows. This briefly improves draw speed. Nanotech Tracer Missiles. Neomuna Destination Origin trait. Reduced the amount of hits needed for Basso Ostinato. That was my nickname in college. To activate nanotech tracer missiles by roughly 1. Artifacts and anti-champion. Artifact 2.0 with Monument of Triumph. We are reworking the artifact items in multiple ways to better align them with a modern D2 and setting it up to withstand the test of time. This means streamlining the mod selection process, removing annoyances like the refunding dance, disabling the artifact in competitive and trials, and finally working in loadouts. What? Bro, this is literally like, I can't even describe how this feels. You go to your favorite restaurant, like, oh my, I can't even, this is like, hey, what do you want for your last meal? By the way, it's being cooked by a team of like a dozen Michelin star chefs. This is crazy. Disabling the artifact in competitive and trials at Christmas, and your parents are getting divorced. Dude, and artifacts working in loadouts. Yes, dude, yes. This is interesting. Look at this. We got a bunch more loadouts. A little bit of more of a screen here. God damn. What this means is we have trimmed the bloat on artifacts. Good. Gone are the days of dedicated anti-champion columns and needing to refund mods to select ones in earlier columns. This process has been simplified into 3 buckets that functionally perform just like the columns did before, but in a way that uses the visual language of our modern game and works in a more intuitive way. Now, when you want to switch out a mod in column 4, you can just do that and substitute it out for whatever fits instead of needing to clear out later columns to be allowed to respec earlier ones. Good. On top of this, we have built anti-champion capabilities directly into your guns, which we've been talking about for like the last day. So you no longer must worry about your favorite guns not getting anti-champion offerings in a season, but more on that in a moment. Fuck yeah, dude. Wow. Interesting. Very, very interesting. Good Lord. Alongside all these updates also come 6 new mods, defragmented and deciphered from the data disk and into your hands. Jesus. Okay. Tier 1. Fierce Proxemics. Finisher, Final Blows, grant grenade, and melee energy. Rapid Remedy. Machine gun rapid final blows heal you. Deathstorm, thank you. I think we're getting gaslit. Wait, you think we're getting gaslit? I mean, thanks for the biddies, but I don't know about that. Okay, that's interesting. Blinding jolts. Final blows on jolted combatants blinds nearby combatants. Good God almighty. Precision equity. Precision final blows build progress toward a large orb of power that also grants bonus weapon damage on pickup. Really? Higher rank targets grant more progress. Okay. Taser tag? Not laser tag. Taser tag. Arc-powered melee hits jolt combatants and deal further damage for a short duration. Good God. Sticker shock. Arc flux, magnetic, and fusion grenades deal more damage when attached to combatants on final blows. They release several micro missiles that seek nearby combatants. But wait! There's more. For eagle-eyed readers, you might have noticed that we keep referring to artifacts in the plural. And it's for good reason. Artifacts for the past 6 years have served to shift around the meta, season over season, encouraging you to try new things by giving some borrowed power. This model doesn't really work without seasons. So we are breaking the bank and not just offering one artifact, but a whopping 7 artifacts pulled from seasons past. Are they going to rotate? These selections were all made to cover as many fan favorite weapons, elements, and perks as possible, we believe. Will give you a treasure trove of build crafting opportunities for years to come. What? They won't be coming back perfectly identical, though. In the past 6 years, the artifact has shifted quite a bit. From the days of glimmer mods to anti-champion abilities, taking up a large swath of the slots to the 7-row structure, and finally to boosts. We took a long look at each artifact and did not only a balance pass to make sure they could live on in perpetuity, looking at you, Flashover, but also how we could integrate the best of all versions of the artifacts to be available in a single build crafting ecosystem. They're all coming at the same time? That's fucking crazy. Did Mactix just nut, by the way? Somebody check on Mac. He may have had a heart attack. That opens up a lot. That's like forever build crafting. Wow. Wow. God damn. We look forward to seeing what y'all build and how you combine these with the incredibly deep pool of new set bonuses and weapons. Wow.
This is why endings are good.
Anti-Champion 2.0. With the removal of the first 2 columns of each artifact, we needed to find a new home for all of our champion counter effects. Given the nature of the final release, we decided to roll access to these effects into the intrinsic perks of every weapon in the game. Yes, every motherfucking weapon, even exotics. We also made the decision to remove any activation criteria to all these effects. No matter which you're using, simply firing the weapon will apply the effect immediately.
Unstop's gonna get stopped so much.
Unstops are they're now called stoppable champions. They're no longer called unstoppable champions. Weapon type. Aggressive, unstoppable. High impact, unstoppable. Precision barrier, adaptive barrier, lightweight overload, rapid fire overload. Wow! This covers most of the weapons in the game. Here's what more niche intrinsic frames received. Support. Weapon type AR overload. Wow. So basically, no matter what weapon it is, it will stop something in terms of the champions in the game. Wow, 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 wow. Exotic weapons each got the effect that most reflected how the exotic itself behaved. Here are a few interesting examples, but we'll let you all discover the rest when Monument of Triumph releases. Barrow Dyad Overload, Izanagi's Barrier, Trinity Ghoul Overload, Xenophage Unstoppable, Parasite Barrier, Jotun Unstoppable. We got this big girthy Xenophage here. Xenophage getting a catalyst. Exciting, although it doesn't seem like we know what it is yet. Huge. Cataphract. Ah, the good old Cataphract. With a classic roll. That's all for us here on the artifacts. The sandbox is going to be shifting drastically in Monument of Triumph, and we look forward to seeing the powerful builds y'all put together using both old and new pieces from our Guardians storied legacy. Vendor updates. With this release, many of your favorite vendors across the tower are getting an update. Reputation rank reward tracks are returning to many of the vendors: Shaq, Zavala, Sam 14, Zer, Banshee 44, and even your old pal Drifter. We've also expanded their focusing options significantly, as well as some other vendor-specific updates that we'll touch on below. Dude, this is the most insane update we've ever gotten in the game. Like, there's so much to cover. I'm making a video on, like, here's everything coming in the June update, which I'm going to put out, like, the Monday before the June update. It's like there's so much that is going into that video. Focusing for tiered gear is now available on many vendors across the tower. This includes newly added gear as well as gear from across the last several releases. For example, the Edge of Fate, Ashen Iron, Renegades. Weapons will be focusable at tier 3 and tier 4, depending on the player's power level. Whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. With the addition of upgradable weapons, you can take any rolls you get from focusing and upgrade them to tier 5, while activities will remain the best and most consistent, nailed it, source of natural tier 5 weapons. However, because armor is not upgradable, focusable armor will go up to tier 5. The fuck? Here's how gear focusing will work on vendors. Wow. General, weapons will be focusable at tier 3 or 4. Yo, llama. Oh yeah, we got raided by a real one. No tourists here, baby. Llama's a fucking real one. Shout out to all of you. Welcome. Give me your thoughts. General, weapons will be focusable at tier 3 or tier 4. Tier 3 equals 399 power. Tier 4 equals 400 plus power. Tiered weapons may be upgraded to tier 5. Armors will be focusable based on power level. Tier 3 equals 399 power. Tier 4, 519 power. Tier 5, 520 plus. Ada 1. Updated Ada 1's shader inventory. Added additional shaders. Year 1 shader pack shaders. 4 unreleased shaders. Whoa. Oh no, Alchemy Scorch.
What?
It was probably from the now unreleased expansion that we were getting called the Alchemist. Sad. Bone Meal Loam, Brine Glow, Charred Plumage. Oh, I like the sound of that one. Increased number of available shaders per week from 3 to 6.
I need to give you a shader called Charred Broccoli.
Charred Broccoli, my favorite. Still randomly rotates through available shaders each week. Updated Ada 1's legacy armor to no longer be on a rotation. Ooh, girl. Expanded selection to all armors for transmog purposes. Updated Threader Bounty Reset. No longer resets seasonally. Instead, players will earn 1 additional Threader Bounty per class per week. New bounties available each week at weekly reset. Maximum number of available Threader bounties per class is 10. Drifter. Gambit Reputation Rank Reward Track has been restored. Updated Gambit Focusing Gear Edition. Tier focusing will utilize Gambit engrams. Now includes focusing for all tiered Gambit gear, including new Gambit weapons and armor. Whoa, Banshee 44. Thanks, Llama. Take care, buddy. Take care, my man. Thanks for the raid. Banshee 44 Gunsmith Reputation Rank Reward Track has been restored. Dismantling weapons and armor gives Gunsmith reputation again. Updated Gunsmith Focusing now includes shared pool weapons from previous releases. Includes tiered gear from the Edge of Fate, Ashen Iron, and Renegades. Hawthorne updated clan engrams to give tiered gear. Whew. Saint 14 Trials of Osiris Reputation Rank Reward Track has been restored. Updated tier focusing now includes focusing for all tiered trials gear. Gear editions includes tiered gear from the Edge of Fate, Ashen Iron, and Renegades. Focusing will utilize trials engrams. Saladin, only available during Iron Banner. Updated Iron Banner focusing now includes focusing for all tiered Iron Banner gear. Gear editions includes, this is like, we're getting so much gear. I was going to make a video covering like, hey, here's the god rolls for like every new weapon that we're getting in the June update. We seem to be getting a lot. Includes tiered gear from the Edge of Fate, Ashen Iron, Renegades. Focusing will utilize Iron Banner ciphers obtained through Iron Banner match completions. Iron Banner will maintain event card and will not see its reputation rank track restored. Why am I so gassy? Shax. Crucible reputation rank reward track has been restored. Updated Crucible focusing. Now includes focusing for all tiered Crucible and competitive Crucible gear. Gear additions includes tiered gear from the Edge of Fate. Ashen Iron and Renegades tiered focusing will utilize Crucible engrams. Competitive Crucible gear will require Crucible ciphers, which can be obtained via competitive Crucible. Xur's reputation rank reward has been restored. Purchasing items from Xur grants reputation. Xur's inventory has been updated. In what way? New catalysts added to the inventory. Tiered armor. Okay. God damn. All right. Zavala. Vanguard reputation rank reward track has been restored. Updated Vanguard focusing. Now includes focusing for all tiered solo ops, fire team ops, arena ops, and pinnacle ops gear. Gear additions includes tiered gear from Edge of Fate, Ashen Iron, Renegades. Tiered focusing will utilize Vanguard engrams. Pinnacle ops and arena ops gear will require Vanguard ciphers, which can be obtained via Pinnacle ops and arena op activities. Nightfall ciphers the players have in their inventory will be automatically upgraded to Vanguard ciphers. Nice. Rewards from Call to Arms are available to pick up from Zavala for those who have earned but not yet received them. Updated the rotation for weekly Vanguard arms rewards. Destination vendors. Upgraded gear to be distributed at Tier 3. Attune anywhere. What? Attunement now... What? Attunement now lives in your inventory. What? Accessible anywhere, anytime? No longer will you have to go to a specific vendor to attune what you want to earn from the activities you're playing. Oh my god. With the huge amount of new and updated weapons in this release, we wanted to make it seamless for you and your fire team to have greater agency around farming for those god rolls than ever before. Wow. That's a change. That's a big change. Why is this the last update? Oh my god. Wow. Hanging out in orbit or waiting for friends during a break between SRL races. Take some time to attune your favorite weapons across various... Wow. This is on... I can't... God damn, dude. Wow. I guarantee you that the devs, once they found out this was coming, they're like, we're giving them more, right? Like, we have to give them everything. Jesus Christ. Only took the death of Destiny for the devs to actually listen. I think many of the devs have been listening for a long time. Is that the problem is when they have ideas, they have to pitch them up. They're like, hey boss, can we do this? No, get back to work. Piss in a bottle. Okay, thanks. But now they're like, fuck it, we're giving him everything. God damn. God damn. Attunement exists for the following activities. Distortions, world drops, solo ops, fire team ops, arena ops, pinnacle ops, crucible ops, trials of Osiris, Iron Banner, Gambit, Onslaught, SRL. Hey boss, can we do this? What's the profit margin? Sad, but probably real. Attunement. Look at all this fucking gear attunement that we can do. At any time, players can be attuned to one weapon for each activity type. For example, players can be attuned to Crime Mutiny in solo ops, Nightshade in fire team ops, Better Devils and Crucible ops, all at the same time. Wow, that's a fucking crazy change. Attuning to a weapon means that you will have significantly higher drop chances for that weapon from activity rewards and will be available for all of the weapons in the active loot pools for each of the included activity types. Attunement is available for all players with no cost to attune or unattune, with no limits on changing the weapons that you were attuned to. Good Lord. We hope this system helps you find the perfect weapons for your arsenal. God damn. That is our Dev Insight article about weapons, the artifact, how vendors' attunement and focusing will work when the Monument of Triumph update drops on June 9th. We have more to share later today in the TWID. Jesus Christ, coming in 2 hours. Stay tuned to find out about what's changing in the Crucible, what new rewards you can get in the Pantheon, and more. Okay, PvP Strike Team update once more with feeling. Oh, Lord. Sandbox tuning review. First, let's review some of the previously discussed sandbox tuning for weapons and armor that will directly impact Crucible. We will have more to talk about with abilities next week, but as a sneak peek, check out some of the changes we will be discussing, including big ones to invisibility. Ooh, abilities. Global. All multi-charge abilities will now start Crucible matches with one charge instead of all charges full. Good. Void. Invisibility. Greatly increased opacity to make players more visible in the Crucible. You know what? Good. Tired of those void hunters running around. Scatter grenades. Reduced chase distance versus players by 50%. Reduced the amount of grenade energy this ability gains from perks by 12.5%. Hunter. Solar. Deadshot Super. Reduced energy refund for kills on enemy players by 40%. Warlock Void. Pocket Singularity. Reduced tracking shape against players by... Whoa. That's significant. The Void melee on Warlock lately was actually pretty spicy. Titan Arc Knockout. Removed lunge range bonus versus enemy players. Corrected an issue where the bonus damage could be applied too early, increasing the damage of the melee that activated it and causing unexpected one-hit kills in Crucible. Interesting. Stasis Diamond Lance. Reduced freeze AoE versus enemy players. Players can no longer quickfall after throwing a Diamond Lance. Artifacts are now disabled in trials and competitive. Good Lord. Well done. Well done. I don't even want to have to worry about that. Because Lord knows people would find some kind of ridiculous bullshit to... exotic armor. Warlock. Dimosuffusion. Increased the time between damage ticks against players. Nothing manacles. Reduced the extra seekers created from 4 to 3. And reduced the range and lifetime of the extra seekers. Titan. Feedback Fence. No longer provides any damage resistance versus other players. Good! Somebody tell Ray. Break it to her gently. Ammo system. Reduced the point gains from special ammo and heavy ammo kills and assist and super kills by 33%. Reduced glaive melee points by 20%. Reduced adaptive burst LFR ammo from crates from 5 to 3. Reduced bitter ends ammo from crates from 75 to 62. Okay. All right. Weapons, auto rifles, high impacts, increased RPM 360 to 400. We read about that already. To compensate for faster time to kill, reduced ADS. Oh, right. Yeah, again, we're going to have to talk to a couple people here regarding these changes. Adaptives, increased base damage from 15 to 15.5 and critical hit damage from 26.25 to 27.1. Pulse rifles, we've read some of these changes already. Lightweights reduced base damage from 19.7 and 18.8, and critical hit damage from 31.5 to 30.1. Legacy frames, right, increased ADS fall off damage scaler from 1.6 back to 1.7. We read about that already. Increased ADS damage fall off scaler from 1.6 to 1.7 on high impacts. Right. We've read all this. We have read all this. Oh, we did comment earlier about Adagio. Reduced the damage bonus on hand cannons from 30% to 27%. Full choke pellet spread now reduced by 5% instead of 3.25. Shot package intrinsic now reduces pellet spread by 2.5% when ADS. Unified Crucible Ops. We have moved all the playlists into the Crucible Ops screen and deprecated the legacy Crucible node. This will allow us to better focus the population and reduce instances of duplicate or overlapping playlists. As a note, for Control and Iron Banner Control, the only playlist in which skill is utilized for matchmaking, Outlier Protection has been set to automatically revert to open skill if queue times are taking too long. Aha. Gotcha. That'll prevent issues where people are waiting in orbit forever to find a match that they can never find. Control. Outlier Protection Matchmaking, replaced by Iron Banner Control when active. Competitive. Rank-based matchmaking, Rumble, open skill matchmaking, quick play, open skill matchmaking, rotates game mode weekly, Mayhem, Rift, Relic, Momentum, Scorched, Supremacy, Clash, Zone Control, Hardware Mix 6v6, replaced by Iron Banner quick play when active. Small team quick play, open skill matchmaking, rotates game mode daily, survival, heavy metal, elimination, hardware mix 3v3, arena collision, lockdown clash elimination, replaced by trials when active. Limited time modes, trials, passage-based matchmaking, available every Friday through reset on weeks when Iron Banner is not active. Replaces small team quick play. Iron Banner control, outlier protection matchmaking, available for 1 week every 4 weeks, replaces control. Iron Banner quick play, open skill matchmaking, available for 1 week every 4 weeks, rotates between Tribute, Fortress, and Eruption, replaces quick play. SRL, hell yeah, and private matches. Okay, updated rewards. Cool. There's that goddamn wannabe No Land Beyond again. Well, it does have special ammo. Titan look like a chill ass astronaut. Interesting. It reminds me of that armor we saw in the first, that the original trailer for, it doesn't matter. Armor set. Triumphal Anthem, 2-piece. Scoot to loot. Not shoot to loot, scoot to loot. Sliding collects nearby ammo and temporarily grants enhanced reload speed and handling. 4-piece. Shoot to scoot. Dealing damage with your weapons temporarily grants an enhanced slide. Gain damage resistance when sliding. Oh, that's not bad. Weapons new. The Helmsman. Arc, high impact bolt action sniper. Is that this? Is that this? That must be that. Reprised, black, fully tiered with new perk options. Oh, back. Why say black? I don't know. They're totally black, chat. All of them. All of them are in super black. Joxer's Longsword, Better Devils, Unending Tempest, Randy's Throwing Knife, Autumn Wind, good picks. Out of Bounds, Sorrow's Verse, Survivor's Epitaph, The Keening, and Frozen Orbit. Okay. I wonder what those new perk options are. Returning. Weapons from Edge of Fate through Renegades that will still be earnable. Riptide. Moss Athenor 4. Sorry. Mida Macro Tool. Pure Recollection. Returned Memory. Stars and Shadow. Always love that one. Quavinctus 4. Newly tiered weapons from the pre-Edge of Fate, which are coming back as tiered versions with the same perks they had last time. Retro Futurist, Anonymous Autumn, aka the True Vanguard Special, Last Perdition. New ship, Sparrow, and Ghost as post-game drops. That's a fucking great... That is a great ship. That's awesome. The Glory of Shax. I love that. Warlord Charge. Cute. It's like your Ghost is cosplaying. That's great. New emblem and shader on Shax's reward track. New modifier. Arena Collision. Arena Collision is a 4v4 game mode that harkens back to the original arena style of sandbox with more methodical gameplay focused on weapons, map knowledge, and movement. Fight over the heavy ammo crates to help you control the objective and enjoy greatly reduced penalties for hip firing and airborne gameplay. Cool. It's all about map control. Shout out to RB and the Chief. Rules. Primary weapons. Damage unchanged. Hipfire accuracy and aim assist penalties are decreased. Ooh. Okay. Special weapons. Disabled. Huh. Heavy weapons. Damage decreased. The game starts with 3 heavy ammo crates active, 1 for each side and 1 neutral. Crates respawn as a wave on a 120-second cooldown. Crates are not shared. General weapons. All weapons are granted plus 60 AE. Radar. Heavily modified. Base radar has been decreased and no longer expands dynamically. Players will only show up on radar if they are shooting, sliding, sprinting, jumping, or have heavy ammo. Within the center circle, players will show up as dots instead of illuminated wedges. Huh. Grenades. Grenade-based recharge has been disabled. Getting a final blow will refund grenade energy, the amount of which is based on the base cooldown and your grenade stat. I see. Melees. Powered melees are disabled. Melee damage has been decreased. Glaive melee damage has been further reduced. Class abilities. Class ability base recharge has been disabled. Getting a final blow will refund class ability energy, the amount of which is based on the type of ability you have selected. Base cooldown in your class ability stat. Supers disabled. Camera 3 peeking is disabled. 7 seconds revives enabled. Huh. That's very interesting. I wonder how many people will play that. Maybe some of the purists will. It's very funny that special weapons are completely disabled. Makes me think of like vague callbacks to year 1. New additions to private matches. Heavy metal and SRL have been added. Hell yeah. We also created a couple of new private match exclusive modifiers. Glass cannon. When everyone is super, no one is. This modifier is filled with 30 seconds of fun style loops and power spikes, but players are much less resilient. Plays mostly similar to D1 State of Crucible. Huh. Primary weapons. Body shot damage is significantly increased. Excuse me. Special weapons. I doubt it. Special weapons. Damage is significantly increased. Special ammo meter progresses significantly faster. You can retain twice as much ammo after death. The game starts with special ammo crates active. Wow. And crates are shared. That does play like D1. Heavy weapons. Damage is significantly increased. A single heavy ammo crate will spawn at a neutral location on a 240-second cooldown, and the crate is shared. General weapons. Aim assist is slightly reduced. Radar, unchanged. Grenades. Cooldowns are doubled, but damage is greatly increased. Melees. Cooldowns are doubled, but damage is greatly increased. Class abilities. Cooldowns are doubled. Supers. Cooldowns are halved, but damage taken from weapons, grenades, or melees while in super is greatly increased. Camera unchanged. Respawn 5 seconds. No revives. Software. The opposite of hardware. Throw more grenades and melees and supers and look good while doing it. What? Primary weapons disabled. Special weapons disabled. Heavy weapons disabled. General weapons disabled. Radar unchanged. Grenades cooldowns greatly decreased. Melee's cooldowns greatly decreased. Class abilities cooldowns greatly decreased. Cooldowns. We're reaching. It's mayhem perfected. It's not just mayhem. It's mayhem perfected. That is very silly. I'm sure people will enjoy that. We've also added a new rule set for Rift to private matches. Single round Rift allows the game to play continuously from start to finish with no resets after a spark is dunked. Ooh, okay. I like that. Rift was a great game type. I genuinely liked Rift. I liked it a lot. Renewed competitive rewards. While we're doing a rewards refresh, we have decided to not reset rank alongside the release. Interesting. They're not resetting rank? Okay. Check out the new competitive armor set and weapons offering. That is a really sick emblem. I may have to try and get that. I'm not entirely too sure. Oh, that one's cool too. Lone Wolf. Cool. Now, fucking goddamn it. Why did, even until the end of the fucking game, giving warlocks some of these dorky looking fucking helmets. It's just like, I do like the robes though. I like the robes, big puffy coat. I do like the big puffy coat. Armor set. Per Audacia. 2-piece primary chain. Primary ammo weapon final blows grant a stacking bonus to mobility and primary weapon range and handling until you are defeated. Whoa. Until you're defeated. Bonus to mobility, range, and handling until you're killed? Wow, that's very good. 4-piece Sublime Transit. Increased mobility and grants enhanced sprint speed and slide distance. Whoa. Note, these benefits do not stack with the enhanced sprint or slide provided. That was my first question. They do stack with things that increase movement speed via a scalar, like lightweight or killing wind. So you just get that for free? Interesting. Weapons, new, Solemn Lie, Arc, lightweight 140 RPM hand cannon. Reprised, Rose, Redrix's Estoc, Mercurial Overreach, Deadlock, Belisarius D, The Riposte, returning Solemn Remembrance, Peculiar Charm, alongside the new competitive Glory armor set and returning weapons. We're also adding 2 new emblems. New competitive emblem, I Am the Crucible. That is pretty cool. Win 77 games in the competitive playlist to unlock this emblem. That's cool. I will probably grind for that. That seems like a not terribly difficult grind. If it was like 77 in a row, then like, holy fuck, that would be wild. But 77 games in comp? Yeah, dude. I'll go for that for sure. New Ascendant Zero emblem, Last Guardian Standing, works the same way as the original Ascendant Zero emblem, where you earn points for wins in Ascendant Zero with more points for wins at higher ranks. The number of points you have determines the emblem's drop chance after a win. Oh boy. Earning 1,000 points guarantees the emblem on your next win. God damn, I might have to go for that. This is the last one. It's the last fucking one, dude. Make a video of getting that emblem in one video? I might have to. Progress towards earnings emblem only begins after you have acquired Umbral Echelon, which is still able to be earned. We've also taken a pass over the map weighting for the playlist with the goal to remove some of the more frustrating map and mode combinations from the playlist and reduce the likelihood of others from occurring. Map weighting changes reduced. Solitude Clash, high to normal. Dissonance Clash, high to very low. Rusted Lands Clash, normal to low. Widow's Court Clash, low to very low. Anomaly Collision, low to very low. Okay. Removed Multiplex Collision, low to 0. Exodus Blue Clash, very low to 0. Twilight Gap Clash, very low to 0. Vostok, both modes, very low to 0. Trials of Osiris and map rotations. We are going to be changing the way map selection works for trials moving forward, okay? Each weekend we'll have up to 3 maps on rotation, chosen using the below process. What are we reading? The TWID! 1 map is randomly selected from each of the 3 pools below. Pool 1, Burnout Jav 4 Endless Veil. Whoa, good pool. Pool 2, all Pool 1 maps. Altar of Flame, Pacifica, Cirrus Plaza, Eventide, Dead Cliffs, Meltdown, Jesus Christ. Solitude, Radiant Cliffs, Wormhaven, 8.33% chance per map. God damn. Pool 3, all Pool 1 and Pool 2 maps, all remaining maps except Convergence, Rusted Lands, Multiplex, Citadel, Exodus Blue. Good God. 33.3, repeating of course. So while most weekends we would expect to end up with 3 different maps on rotations, the system makes it possible to have the more popular maps double and triple weighted. For example, we could end up with double Jav 4, selected in pools 1 and 2, the Dead Cliffs selected in pool 3 for a weekend. I see. It's even possible, though unlikely, to end up with all Endless Veil, Burnout, or Jav 4 for a weekend if that map gets selected in each pool. We feel this change will help to keep the Trials experience feeling less repetitive week over week. We've also got a whole new set of rewards for Trials. We will be resetting Trials engrams at launch, so spend them now. I have heard that before. All right. Bookmark this. Somebody clip this shit. I've heard so many times, oh, you better spend your engrams. Oh, you better spend them. Because if you don't, we're going to take them away from you. You won't be able to get the new loot. And then what fucking happens every time? I go in, I still have the engrams, I spend them, and I get something new. It's happened like 4 fucking times. I am not spending the engrams. I am not doing it. You can't make me. They took him last time. They did take him last time, but still, they have a bad track record. I'm holding on to them. New trials, engrams, and score-based rewards at the end of matches will be able to drop all the new gear, while our focused gear system is changing to have a pool of weapons instead of a single focused item. That's sick armor, by the way. I love the... That's cool. That's sick. I like that a lot. Hunters always being super... Now that I don't know about. It's interesting. I like the leg armor. I can't wait to see how fucking dumb the Warlock looks. I'm into it. I'm into it. I'm into it. The Warlock fashion for trials. I thought it was going to be terrible.
Show me all the facts.
I like it. I think the Titans may have gotten the short end of the stick here. So Hunter, I like it. It's a jackal. It's a jackal. I think that looks really cool.
Interesting. Okay. The cod, the cod piece is really
I didn't even why are your eyes drawn to the cod
it's
piece?
shiny and gold. And
I
right
didn't even
there,
notice
it's
that.
like in your face.
Should I get that?
Sure.
Cod piece? Here's Titan. I don't know about that. How do you feel?
It's very mid.
It's very mid. Warlock, I kind of like it. I like the big horns.
What is it? I'm trying to figure out what animal this is.
It's like a bird. You see how it's like because like wings of a bird.
I see. Okay, yeah, I
going
see the
up like
wings,
that.
Like,
Yeah.
I guess some birds have those little like
Yeah.
things come up on the head. It's
I
very
like it.
exaggerated.
It is exaggerated. I like it.
The robes are very nice.
The robes are nice too. I like the robes too. This is good. This works for me. I was afraid it would be terrible, but I kind of like it. I dig it. I dig it. That will be Trials fashion perfected. Okay. Thank you. I continue reading. Armor set. Cruel Electrum. 2-piece armor. Primary survivor. When an ally is defeated, primary ammo weapons gain increased handling, reload speed, target acquisition, and reduced flinch. What the fuck? Bonus increases when multiple allies are dead at the same time or when running solo. Good lord, that is good armor for PvP. 4-piece, primary phantom. That was my nickname in college. Final blows with primary ammo weapons remove you from radar for a short time. What? Drawing a weapon that does not use primary ammo will immediately end this effect. Okay, okay. All right, clever. Clever. I like it. I like that. Weapons, new, willful... Hamartia? Arc, adaptive burst, linear fusion rifle. I can read. Reprised. The messenger, summoner, scholar, soulless scar, Aisha's care, exalted truth, keen thistle, inquisitor, igneous hammer, Shira's wrath, eye of soul, exile's curse, tomorrow's answer. Good lord, all the classics. Returning. The martlet, the corundum hammer, the immortal, the cataphrasy. Cataphrasy? That's not what that's called. Who wrote this? Cataphrax, GL3, Astral Horizon, Ever-Burning Glizzy, The Burning of Guilt, the Aureus Neutralizer, the Auric Disabler, Aisha's Embrace, the Unwavering Duty, and the Forgiveness. Newly tiered, Reed's Regurt, Yesterday's Question. Bonus focus pools are replacing the old single weapon as a weekly focus. Now a focused pool of weapons that drop in addition to the base rewards. The Lighthouse will have its own focus pool as well, home to some of the best weapons Trials has had to offer. Week 1, Scholar, Exile's Curse, Soulless Scar, Forgiveness, Aisha's Embrace, Corundum Hammer, Astral Horizon. Week 2, Aisha's Care, Keen Thistle, Wistful Harmatia, Immortal. Well, you get the idea. Hey, they wrote Cataphract correctly here. Cool. Lighthouse, Igneous Hammer, Messenger, Shire's Wrath, Summoner, Inquisitor. Nice. We also have 2 new sets of ship Sparrow's Ghost for you to collect, as well as a new emblem and shader. Could you make more noise? On Saint 14's reward track. Okay, I like it. It's kind of silly. Ooh, that's cool. I like that. That's a cool one. We have more tweets. What is being tweeted? What is being twatted right now? There's a little vehicle action. That one I kind of like. That's cool. Cool. The Monument of Triumph release, Iron Banner is returning with a new 4-week cycle, and that's not all. You can also earn a new armor set and a slew of reprised and returning weapons. Cool. The Iron Banner. Now, I don't know about that Hunter fashion, man. The helmet's kind of funny. What if we turned a Hunter helmet into a sewer grate? I like it. Ship it. This is... He's like a World War I soldier, right? I'm not the only one seeing that, right? That's very interesting. This is really interesting right out of the trenches. Yeah, it's literally trench warfare armor. I mean, I'll collect it, but it ain't dethroning my goated warlock Loki helmet. I'm keeping that bird shit strong. All right. Armor set. Iron Battalion. 2-piece. Primary honing. Increases handling and reload speed for primary ammo weapons. Okay. Primary ammo weapons gain increased damage against non-boss combatants based on your weapon stat. Good lord, we're making the weapon stat even more important in the big 2.6? Christ. 4-piece. Super cyclical. Final blows while your super is active. Refund super energy when it ends. Okay. Weapons. Reprised. Fellwinter's Lie, Multi-Mock, Lethal Abundance, Forward Path, Point of the Stag, Wizened Rebuke, Pressurized Precision, Crimmel's Dagger, Time War Inspire, Roar of the Bear, Ganora's Axe, Occluded Finality. 4 pieces basically Galnor. Yeah, they're really giving us a lot. Like a lot. Tiered Multi-Mock? Welcome to the fucking future, baby. Like, goddamn. Get ready to break out that goddamn Tier 5 Multi-Mock. Returning. Reg Husk's Pledge, Finite Impactor. Newly tiered. Tusk of the Boar, Frontier's Cry, Archon's Thunder, Reese Walker, Tanash's Mastery, Peace Bond, Allied Demand, Hero's Burden, Claws of the Wolf, Yoram's Claw, and Bite O' the Fox. Bonus focus pools. These pools will alternate each time Iron Banner is active. Winning gives you a higher chance of earning a bonus drop. First Iron Banner, Forward Path, Time War Inspire, Wizened Rebuke, Cribble's Dagger, Ganora's Axe, Fellwinter's Lie, Reg Husk's Pledge. Second Iron Banner, Multi-Mock, Finite Impactor, Occluded Finality, aka the Hubble Telescope, Lethal Abundance, Pressurized Precision, Point of the Stag, Roar of the Bear. Whew. And now... Pantheon. Monuments of Triumph will include a new set of Pantheon raid activities shaped in the image of the original format, but with upgrades and surprises featuring new bosses, new rewards, and new ways to play. We wanted to celebrate D2's bosses that veterans may remember and give returning Guardians an opportunity to experience. I cannot wait to do Pantheon carries. At launch, 2 activities will be available, okay, each with a unique lineup of bosses. The first Saturday after launch, a 3rd activity will unlock, which challenges players to take on the full gauntlet. The following Tuesday, at weekly reset, rotators begin featuring individual bosses. Well, this is interesting. Guardians can earn a new armor set for each class, a suite of weapons reprised from the original activities with a unique origin trait, and holofoil variants. Each multi-boss activity concludes with a vendor offering purchase of rerolls for acquired items with Spoils of Conquest. Reprised Pantheon encounters have a chance to reward ornaments for their original armor sets. For example, Callus may drop the armor ornaments related to the original base Leviathan raid. Nice! For Guardians who have not unlocked them. All right. Completing a new set of triumphs rewards emblems, exotic cosmetic items, and a new title. Good God. All activities offer a new adventure difficulty aimed at players looking for a lower stakes opportunity to learn, teach, and practice for success. What? Whoa. This lifts the power cap, allows infinite revives, and adds slack to the timing requirements for some mechanics with the trade-off of a limited pool of low-tier rewards. That's cool. That's cool, man. Newer players, you haven't played in a while, you're afraid of coming into Pantheon. Oh, I'm going to get my butt kicked. Well, go in on the fucking baby kindergarten difficulty. Get your feet wet. Get your feet wet, learn how to do it for real then. That's cool. I like that. Feats. Since their introduction in the Edge of Fate, we've been listening to feedback that in already challenging activities, the feat system has made it too difficult to earn the highest quality gear. Okay? Already interested on what Dado has to say. In Monument of Triumph, those activities now have a standard difficulty option without feats that will continue to offer weekly tier 5 drops per encounter. Feats are still accessible in a new custom difficulty mode. Okay, well, why would you do it? Where we have overhauled the quantity and quality of rewards granted by completing encounters with feats active. Quantity, yes. Quality, how? The additional drops and tier upgrades are per encounter and guaranteed. In addition, we've increased the reward value of some feats to better represent their degree of challenge. Whoa. The table below shows the total gear. So you no longer have to be like, oh, I want tier 5. Oh, I gotta suffer through these fucking bitch feats. Now you want tier 5? You play normal difficulty? You get tier 5. You want extra challenge? You want even more rewards, quality and quantity? You throw those goddamn feats on. Okay, this is interesting. The additional drops and tiered upgrades are per encounter. Oh yeah, we read that. Cutthroat Combatants, +4 reward grade. Challenges, +3 reward grade. Shock Troopers, +2. Token limit, phase limit, +1 reward grade. Gotcha. Okay. I see. This is a good way of showing it visually. This is good. Pictures good. Put pictures in the twid. We like pictures. That is good. Now you can get the weekly tier 5. Remember, you can still get a tier 5 by doing it weekly on the standard difficulty option. But if you want more, if you want tier 5 farming, so you could just do tier 3? I'm sorry, not tier 3. You could just do like +3 reward grade and just get 2 tier 5s farmable repeatedly. That's pretty fucking good. All right, raids and dungeons. Yeah, you can farm. Farm away. We want to provide a compelling reason for Guardians to revisit their favorite rad activities in Monument of Triumph. To that end, we've updated all weapons and all armor from pre-Edge of Fate rad activities to now provide tiered rewards. Wow. This means all raids and dungeons will drop tiered armor. All dungeons will drop tiered weapons. Craftable raid weapons will have tier bonuses accessible from the relic. For weapons, this unlocks all the features of gear tiering, including enhanced perks, barrels, mags, origin traits, cosmetics, and mods. For armor, this unlocks all the features of gear tiering plus unique set bonuses for each raid and dungeon. Wow. In addition, all raid weapons will gain updated perk pools, while all dungeon weapons also gain new origin traits. Because, of course, just giving us everything. Good lord. Craftable raid weapons now have an option to upgrade into tiered gear. Check out today's Dev Insight article for details. New tiered raid armor will no longer drop with a slot for activity-specific mods. However, once acquired, those legacy armor pieces can now be purchased from Hawthorne with spoils. Whoa! Below is an example from the Shattered Throne dungeon that launched without its own unique armor set in 2018, which now rewards an armor set featuring art from Season of the Defiant and includes a new set bonus. Ah! Two-piece Queen's Foil Rush. Gain a powerful overshield while performing your finisher. I like that. When you finish a target, release a slowing burst around you. That's pretty good. The finisher armor, the Truth to Power, 4-piece. Gain increasing DR when you deal damage or land final blows. What? Finishers grant accelerated progress. At max stacks, the recharge rate for your abilities. What? That's an insane. You just get free DR for just playing the game no differently than you normally. Wow, that's pretty cracked. Yeah, just have some free DR, kid. There you go, free DR on the house, That's pretty based. Techion's Regalia helmet. Yeah, wow, good lord. Rad Rotator. The Raid and Dungeon weekly featured rotators are returning with changes to incorporate tiered rewards. 2 Raid and 2 Dungeon activities will be promoted to feature status each week. Challenge icons will lead you to the featured activities on their original destinations, in addition to being sorted to the top of the new Raid and Dungeon category on the director. While they previously offered a power upgrade, featured Raid and Dungeon activities now reward the highest quality gear as outlined below. The listed rewards are farmable unless noted with a weekly lockout. Featured Raid. Standard. Deep sight weapons of tier 5 armor from encounters and challenges. Okay. Nice. Master. Same as standard plus adept weapons from challenges. Okay. Director challenge. Deep sight weapons or tier 5 armor. Weekly lockout. Okay. Hidden chests. Tier 5 armor from hidden chests? Cool. Deep sight chest. Deep sight weapon or tier 5 armor if all patterns complete. Oh. Deep sight weapon or tier 5 armor. So if you have all your patterns complete, you don't get another weapon that you just get tier 5 armor. Wow. So is it a guaranteed deep sight weapon until you complete all your red borders and then they just give you free tier 5 armor? That's, if I'm reading that correctly, that sounds pretty nice. Vendor. Weekly deep sight purchase. Master offer adepts for 25 spoils. Non-featured raid. Standard. Chance for deep sight weapons and tier 3 armor. Master challenge deep sight chest, deep sight weapons or and tier 5 armor. Featured dungeon. Standard. Tier 5 weapons and armor. Master. Tier 5 weapons and armor. Director challenge. Tier 5 weapons and armor. Weekly lockout. Hidden chests. Tier 5 armor. Weapons. Tier 5 weapons and armor. Weekly lockout. Good God. Non-featured dungeon. Standard. Tier 3 weapons and armor. Master. Tier 5 weapons and armor. But even if you get tier 3, you can still upgrade it to tier 5 with the new tier upgrade system. Good lord. As you can tell, this release is a look back at our rad content over the years. We have marveled at how extraordinary, I always like to read it extraordinary, I don't know why. Community has overcome every challenge we could dream up. Your dedication and limitless capability have been a source of inspiration. With Pantheon and Monuments of Triumph, we endeavored to again create an opportunity for your fire team to walk into the unknown and achieve the impossible. Wow, I actually have a reason to play old raid and dungeon content. Unreal. More vault and loadout slots. Before we close out this section about so many new and renewed weapons and armor to earn, you may be wondering where you're going to fit all of it. Well, good news, your vault is getting more space. How much? It's increasing to 1,300. Wow. 1,300. Take that, Dado. Fuck you, Dado. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. Love Dado. Love. He's like a brother to me. It's really funny. That should be enough to fit everything. No more vault cleaning, boys. No more. On top of that, how about also getting some extra loadout slots too? We are adding 8 more slots, so you'll go from the current 12 up to 20. Nice. I love that. Cosmetics, bright engrams, bright dusts, and expanded exotic armor ornaments. When Renegades launched, we introduced universal exotic ornaments, and the Destiny fashion community got to work making many exciting new fits for the Guardians. However, one question rose to the top of the feedback. When can we put legendary ornaments on our exotic armor? Whoa, what? The answer is in Monument of Triumph. We didn't stop at just legendary ornaments, however. All qualities of armor ornament from common to legendary can now be applied to the currently equipped exotic armor alongside universal exotic ornaments. What? Bruh. The same caveats that applied for universal exotic ornaments will still apply. Wow. If the ornament is not specifically parented to the equipped exotic armor, its visuals will be temporarily disabled in PvP content, but will return upon exiting that content. Aha. That does make sense. That is a good, because that immediately came up in my mind. How are you going to know what exotic your enemies are wearing? Because normally you just look at them and you're like, oh, Stompy Hunter. That would be, that's a good change. Special visual cues or effects applied by ornaments that are not, this is awesome. The fact that I love that you can apply like like you want gray shit, you want white tier shit, put it on. Put it on. That's awesome. Wait a minute, wasn't this already a thing? The universal exotic ornament was a thing to some degree. What's exactly changing? Because this happened in, didn't some of this happen in Renegades? Oh my god, my mind's all scatter. It doesn't matter. Who cares? Additionally, note that the equipped armor's icon will update to show the visual of the equipped ornament, but will still retain the exotic quality color. This will ensure the players in PvP can always know that their rivals have an exotic equipped, even if they're wearing an ornament of a different quality. Got it. It was exotic to exotic. Now, right, now we can include all the other stuff. Right. Okay, yeah, there we go. Good. So they took the exotic ornament system that they gave us in Renegades and they expanded upon it, and now we can do whatever the fuck we want with it. Great. In addition to expanding the range of ornaments that can be equipped on exotic armor, the full collection of exotic armor ornaments for each class can now be viewed in collections in the exotic section. Is that not currently how it already works? Whoa. Huh. Wow. That's interesting. Fashion lovers rejoice. Fashion lovers rejoice, dude. That's very cool. No, just weapons. You're so right about that. This will allow you to refer to announcements that you may want or need to reread, may have missed or have accidentally dismissed for up to 30 days after receipt, after which they will naturally expire and be removed. Additionally, the system will now support automatic delivery of messages to the announcement screen, resulting in fewer pop-up messages overall. No more player logs in for the first time in over a year, and it's like pop up, boom, 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 boom. The announcement screen also includes a featured item carousel. In addition to standing messages, this section will include information about relevant content. Great. Bright Engram focusing. The upcoming release will change the way that Bright Engrams work with the addition of Bright Engram focusing, housed in a new tab in the Eververse. A focused engram, this is interesting, will award an unowned item of the engrams category. For example, a focused ship engram will provide an unowned ship. Ooh, that's good. I like that. The categories for focusing include standard decryption, no focusing, 300 bright dust. I see. Legendary accessories, ghost ships and vehicles together. Legendary shaders, legendary flare, 600 BD. Exotic accessories. legendary emotes, legendary finishers, exotic weapon ornaments, exotic emotes. This is for 900. Legendary and exotic armor ornaments. Whoa. We need to come up with a new Bright Dust farm in the year of our Lord 2026. Focused engrams will contain Eververse sourced items in a category that are drawn from across D2's history. Even items newly introduced in Monument of Triumph and items that have never been offered in engrams or for Bright Dust, wow, will be available through focused engrams. Goddamn. Note that focused engrams will offer items only. Bright Dust will not be a reward option. However, you can still get offers of gifts of Bright Dust from the original standard decryption with no focusing. While several focused engrams have more items in them than we can show in the preview of its contents, seriously, there's a lot, they will not drop duplicates and their contents are finite. This means that they will gradually deplete as their contents are acquired. As an engram depletes, the preview of its contents will update, and eventually all remaining items will be visible in the preview at once. Whoa, when a focused engram has been completely emptied, its preview will be empty, and additional purchases of that engram will be blocked, as there will be nothing left to earn. Whoa. No dupes, baby. Bright... I'll give you the whole breakdown, girl. Don't worry. But like fashion, TLDR fashion. Bright engram focusing will also provide a 1-to-1 exchange for legacy engrams that were available before the Eververse engram was introduced in Season 12. The exchange for a given legacy engram will only be visible if that engram is present in your engram inventory. Eligible legacy engrams are as follows. Wow. Season 1, Bright Engram. Season 2, Illuminated Engram. Season 2, Dawning Engram. Season 2, Crimson Engram. Good God Almighty. This is a lot. Evergreening. With the end of D2's regular release schedule in Monument of Triumph, we have made major changes to the ways we distribute Bright Dust. Here we go. And chronologues or offer access to content from the Eververse. The Rewards Pass, the Monument to Seasons Past, or Bright Engrams. Each of these changes are from the perspective of supporting the weekly resets that will continue and on improving access to the many cosmetics that have been offered in Destiny 2 through the years. Some highlights of the changes, which we'll cover in greater detail in our patch notes, include how much more detail can we get? Bright Dust and Chronologues. Chronologues will now be one of 4 featured currencies shown across the UI, listed after Glimmer and before Silver. They will no longer take a spot in the inventory as a result. Bright Dust and Chronologues will shift their focus to be predominantly earned through the seasonal hub, with the weekly earnable amounts going up as the hub absorbs other sources. My brain is breaking! Rewards Pass. In addition to the shift to the hub, Bright Dust and Chronologues will also still be available on the Triumphant Rewards Pass, in part to compensate for the long delay. Whoa. All Bright Dust on the Triumphant Rewards Pass is on the free track. Wow. The score boost has been replaced with an additional set of XP boosts with up to plus 15% personal and fireteam XP available. The 5 stages of XP boost will be automatically unlocked based on progress earned on the Lawless Rewards Pass. The Triumphant Rewards Pass has received additional cosmetic rewards, including 2 additional armor ornament sets, 6 shaders, 2 accessory sets, 2 emotes, a finisher, a holo chip, a ghost hologram, and a skimmer. Goddamn. Monument to Seasons Past. The Ash and Iron Rewards Pass and the Lawless Rewards Pass have been added to the Monument to Seasons Past. Because it will be permanently available in the Reward Pass screen, the Triumphant Rewards Pass will not be available on the Monument to Seasons Past. Seasonal armor bundles for the year of the final shape have been added to their relevant seasons in the Monument to Seasons Past. This will allow Guardians to acquire samples of those armors to unlock them as ornaments. Eververse. The Eververse will be shifting to a more evergreen state. Some changes will be noticeable immediately, including a new daily offers tab, while others will occur starting June 23rd. More details will be provided in our patch notes on June 9th. Wow. Artist of the week. Please don't be AI. Thank God. That's cute. I like it. That's Fire Chef. A Dunk and Gambit montage. Amazing. We all know what type of Guardian is the most fearsome out there. It's not the Godslayers. It's the goddamn Reckoners. I may have to watch that another time. That's everything for the rare Friday Twid. Hopefully it was plenty. There's a lot of great changes coming with Monument of Triumph, and our goal with this week's 3 articles was to lay it all out. Well, almost all of it. We'll be there with all of you on June 9th, trying out some old exotics with new catalysts, taking down old raid bosses one more time, fighting friends in the most ridiculous private Crucible matches, dropping an idea here, Jav, for New Land Beyond only. Getting some renewed versions of fan favorite returning weapons and blasting the most annoying horn during late night SRL. Honk back if you love D2. Honk. Wow. Good Lord. A lot of information. Thank you for watching. I'll have a more summarized version of all this information before June 9th. Mad love. Peace.